Hey guys, this is Nathan and welcome back to Vanilla Minecraft from the Aura Fury server. Hope you guys are doing good today. I am doing absolutely amazing. So in the last episode we worked on this. It was our automatic moss farm and sorting system for it. Now in between episodes I have done quite a bit more work on this. I made some additional redstone circuits down here that make it to where our overflow minecart will only engage once the double chest there for storage is completely full, and it will stay engaged until it has pulled out almost 4 stacks of items. So we can actually see so it will pull it out somewhere over here. 4 stacks plus 8 is what it looks like it pulled out. But so that is working really good. And I've checked it multiple times. So what we've got there, we have a rising edge detector on the high-powered side, a falling edge detector on the other side, and then an RS NOR latch here. That's this green section. And so we set the RS NOR latch when it hits high power. We reset it when it hits low power. And then we take our output here. Of course, this is an isolated RS NOR latch. And we take our output here and run it over to power our minecart system here to unload. So after that, I decided I needed to get the system in place to then dump those items, because right now we can see the hoppers are full, the droppers are full, everything is full. So we needed to get a system set up here to throw these items into a water stream and run them over to additional composters. So I went ahead and put that in. Now this is a system that I had in the Unbound realm. Works really good. It can handle 4 hoppers worth of input, and so yeah, we can actually overload the hoppers on the other end. So if we start throwing items out here, we'll see just incredibly fast it's going to start throwing stuff out. So yeah. Now on the other end, so we can see the items go zipping around the water stream, up the item elevator, and we can hear them now going into this up here. So yeah, it's fairly evenly splitting between them. That is really good to see. I may want to slightly change that and make sure that we're not getting too much in one or the other. Actually, it looks like we're getting more in the first hopper, which is actually perfect. If we get more in the first hopper, that is exactly what we want. So for now, I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to give this thing a little bit of a boost, and we're going to pull a whole bunch of these items out. And the thing is these work with any amount of items in the system. So we're going to have to go in here and pull a lot of stuff out of the system. And yeah, we're actually not able to keep up. Well, anyway, so yeah, it will be throwing items for a while until it has emptied that system out. So yeah, we have now the automatic overflow system installed on the moss blocks. These 3 here, the azaleas, the flowering azaleas, and the moss carpets, they automatically overflow. Oh, we're catching up to what's going on down there. But those automatically overflow if their sorting hopper is full. So the sorting hopper is full, any moss carpets come through here will just automatically go over here to this first composter. But yes, I did pull some stacks out of the compost chest or the bone meal chest, put them back into the dispenser over there for the moss. And yeah, we actually had 9 stacks left and 9 stacks in the dispenser. So this thing definitely produces a lot more bone meal than it uses. So now that we've actually caught up here, what I want to do is throw some items. We'll just toss them here into this hopper, and we see 4 items at a time are being pulled out. And then we'll go ahead and throw some in here as well. So yes, that should very rapidly fill this up. We'll see the overflow cart in just a moment will fire, go and start grabbing items. and it will pull the items out, like I said, until it gets to a little bit less than 4 stacks, or a little bit more than 4 stacks removed. And at the same time, you can hear our dispensers are firing down below. So that will be a very easy way for us to tell that we are getting extra compost here. So this system is now fully functional. The moss system is completely automated. The only thing that we have left to do is to have the bone meal being automatically inserted back into the dispenser over here. Right now, I'm not going to worry about that. That'll be something we will worry about later on. So next up, now that we have all of this in place, it is time for us to start working on the rooted dirt farm. So we'll get our rooted dirt farm up and running. So I suppose what I'll do, I will just start looking for how I'm going to place this, because it is kind of important that everything kind of works together. I want to have this layer of dirt be the floor level in here, because yeah, our chests are kind of high. I can move those down via some hoppers, but our chests are kind of high there. But this is the height of that one. I guess we could, yeah, we could potentially go down one more block underneath here, and then we can just hide the redstone in the wall. And that might be what we do. So yeah, I'm going to do a little bit of thinking on that, see if I can figure out how I want all of this to play out, and I will see you guys in a little bit. So the Sunday live stream was partially a success today. So we went out and did some end busting and got a bunch of shulker shells, but then the server went down, and yeah, we were unable to do anything for, well, almost 6 hours for the server. So yeah, that was very unfortunate. But we did get a chance to go into creative and design out something for this, because I'll be honest, this looks cool and all, but I don't really like it. There's just something about it I don't really like. And so I'm going to tear this all down and rebuild it in the design that we came up with on the live stream. But yeah, as far as shulker shells go, we got a stack and a quarter of shells, and I made a couple more shulker boxes while I was at it too. But yeah, we have quite a few shulker shells again. Also got 3 more elytra, and so yeah, things were looking really good right up until the server lost connection. So yeah, I am going to be tearing down a whole bunch of this stuff and redoing this. And by the way, if you guys did not see the live stream, the replay will not be here on this server. It will be on my second channel, and the link for that is down in the description. So yep, I guess I've got a whole bunch of work to do here to tear all this down. And then I'm going to have to swap out a bunch of the building materials here because, yeah, we're not going to be using the red nether brick or the black stone. So, yeah, it feels really bad not using that stuff, but I think you guys will like what I came up with a bit better. So, I'll see you guys after this is all torn down and the other is built. Well, I was going to be working on the area around the moss farm, but I got a message saying that the area around the, not the nether waste, the Soul Sand Valley was spawn-proofed, and I wanted to come and see what that meant, and I don't see anything that's actually spawn-proofing this, but I did see this. So this used to be a massive hole that was completely covered with item frames, and it was laggy beyond all reason. But it has been replaced with an Ipsy's crypt. So I decided I would come down here, and it's a shop of all things. So there's a lot of goodies in here that I'm really kind of interested in. So there's a bunch of books. We've got Sharpness 5, Protection 4, Looting 3. Now the Looting 3 I don't need. I have a villager for that. Fortune 3 I don't need either. Silk Touch I don't need. And I think this one's probably going to be Mending. Yeah. So None of those I really need, but like the sharpness 5 and the protection 4, I think I could use both of those because, yeah, we need a sword with sharpness. We don't have one. But yeah, then there's also like glass. Yeah, don't really need glass, but this gold, I might consider that. 1 diamond for 16 blocks, I could go for that. Basalt, no, I've got tons of basalt. This is a big one for me, candles. So 1 diamond for 32 candles. Kind of liking that. So let's go ahead and grab our wallet. Oh, there are buttons everywhere here. That doesn't work. Where are we supposed to put down our wallet? All right, well, let's grab a few diamonds. Go ahead and break this up, and let's go ahead and kickstart the economy a little. I'm kind of glad to see that Onipsy is using this method. That is also the method that I go with. So I'm going to go ahead and buy, let's say, 2 stacks of candles. Okay, so that'll get me something. And then here's another one, the Totem of Undying. Now, we do have a pillager outpost right next to our base, but I don't feel like dealing with raids right now. So Totem of Undying for 1 diamond. Yes, please. Let's go ahead and grab 7 of those. Yeah. And then blocks of iron. I will keep this in mind. Right now I have a fair amount of iron that I have gotten from Illuminati, and I'm not overly concerned about making sure that I have more at the moment. I think as time goes on, the price of that stuff will drop. But we are going to go ahead and place our Totems of Undying in here. And this is kind of important to me because I've been dying way too much. Actually, if we look at our stats here, so we should have, is it number of deaths? Yeah, 26. This is more deaths than I typically have on an entire world. This is terrible. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get ourselves a Totem of Undying. Yes, absolutely. So I'm really happy about that. And speak of Illuminati, there he is. Doing some work on the Nether. Very nice. So yeah, there's getting to be quite a bit more of the Nether tunnels around here. I'm kind of feeling like we need to do a bit more work on this. Now, we have not sold anything in our shop, so I feel like we need to either get some better items in here or change the pricing a little. We sold a bunch of the Blackstone because of, I assume it was for Onipsy's shop, but yeah, we definitely need to do something to get more items into our shop. But yeah, we have Totem of Undying. We have a bunch of candles now. Very nice. I'm very happy about that. So yeah, let's go ahead and head back out to the beacon mine and work on that area for the moss farm. So I've been doing a little work, watching a few videos, and I think that what I came up with is looking pretty good. So let's go ahead and take a look here, and there we go. This definitely feels much more like it fits for a moss farm, because I mean, we've got the moss underneath, we've got azalea leaves up top, and then jungle fence gates to look like boards holding up the leaves. Over here we have the tunnel that is going to be leading to the azalea farm, and it's a bit more overgrown, so we kind of get more of a dirt path look to it. This area feels more kept up and manicured, and over here it's going to feel a bit more like dirt because we're going to be growing things over there. Made a bit more sense to me. But there's a few things here that are really cool about this. And right now, this lever is not hooked up to anything, but I got to get that. Unfortunately, my water stream is right behind that, so I got to move the water stream in order to be able to hook the redstone up. But here you can see we have sandstone walls, and they don't have any connection. And the reason for that is we can see behind them they're half slabs. Now the thing of that is I also have lighting up there, and so light can kind of come in there. Not that we need it. I mean, we've got lanterns all over the place, but it makes everything a little bit brighter. But also that kind of helps me to hide some of the other stuff. Unfortunately, I'm not able to completely hide the hoppers because, yeah, we have these hoppers right here. I tried redoing them in a way that I could not have them set up like that. Unfortunately, we have to. Also put item frames up here, and the birchwood look of the item frame really goes good with the sandstone. We also have stripped birch logs bordering around the entire room. I think that looks absolutely amazing. And then, of course, just some little decorations here and there. But yes, this is looking much nicer than what we had before. Now, I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to do the entrance into here. I kind of feel like I want to have, a few sections like this, 3 wide, but one of them, I feel like we could have it open going into somewhere else. And then we just have this tunnel go down to the other farm. So that's probably what I'm going to do. So, yeah, I also kind of feel like we need something on this wall. This wall just, it doesn't quite feel right. Same thing with these. Feel like there should be something there. So, yeah. Apparently there's still a little bit of work to do here to make this finished out. But this is definitely giving me some inspiration. Also kind of fits into the theme that we have going on in our base as well. So yeah, I'm gonna do a little bit more here, and I will be back in a little bit to show you guys what I've come up with. Well, Sunday live stream concluded here a little while ago. I think I've said this before, but if you want to see the live stream replay, if you missed the live stream, you can check that out over in my second channel. Link will be down in the description. But we did a lot of work here. So you can see we have the area here, and I did do a little bit in the ways of decorating here. I peppered in a little bit of sand with the smooth sandstone, and I think that looks really good. It doesn't stand out overly much, but it does give a little bit of variation in texture. I also added a little water feature here, and I really like that. Then I built this tunnel a bit longer. We're currently still just open out into the massive hole right now, but over here we again have some more water features and lots of overgrowth, because this is where, let me get rid of that, this is where our rooted dirt blocks are made. So we have a lot of redstone back here that is making all of this work. And we had the idea during the live stream to make it to where we didn't have to put down the moss blocks. So we have a cedar moss block here that is being bone mealed. This dispenser here contains the bone meal for that. And eventually we're gonna have to figure out something to be able to keep these dispensers full. But right now I just go around and fill them. We have this one here as well. Obviously, we have used a lot more bone meal in the other one. But if we pop over here and grab some azaleas, which, yes, we used a lot of azaleas. I took over almost 7 stacks of rooted dirt to the shop. But we'll go ahead and turn this on. I need to change that sign. I've got it backwards. Originally, the lever was correct that way, but you can hear I turn it on and a lot of stuff happens. But when we put this down, we automatically get that, and we get a moss block comes up. Well, a stone comes up and it gets converted to a moss block, and everything just goes fine. So we can actually sit here semi-AFK. All that we need to do is have azaleas in our inventory, and it works just fine. So, yeah, there's still some places that this could be improved, but it works very, very nicely. So, yeah, that is just working wonderful. So let's go ahead and turn that back off. And we do also get a fair amount of items back here. You know, we have a piston crusher here to keep the items that are on top of our cedar moss block from stopping the spread of the moss blocks, but yeah, the items just kind of pile up in here. So we may want to work on getting that later. There's a lot of very complicated things here. There's a 4-state counter here, I guess, that because we have one state is the stone being pushed in, state 2 is the stone being turned to moss, state 3 is being turned to rooted dirt, and then state 4 is the rooted dirt being pushed out of the way. So it was rather important that we had that. So that is all working very nicely. Now currently I have the moss farm on because, well, we're using a lot of bone meal in that farm, and I mean a lot. So I did go over to the skeleton farm and grab all of the bone blocks that I had over there. And let me tell you, before I broke those up and put them in here, this chest was empty. So yes, we have used a lot of bone blocks there. I guess another thing that I didn't mention was that I added these little bits of leaf blocks in the floor, and there's a good reason for that. If we look at like this one here, oh, I just did that. So there is a hidden light source down here, and the light will pass through an azalea bush, and then we can put leaves above it to make everything look nice. So that was just a regular azalea. But yes, we have definitely improved this area. We need to get now a water elevator to take us up to the surface, and then a drop chute as well. And once we get that all taken care of, I think we can pretty much say this area is done. Now, I might do some little tweaking to improve the farm, but overall, I am very pleased with how it works. Now, I did die in the live stream. I was stupid and dug straight down here for the stone generator and went right into a pool of lava. It was great. But we have a lot of items that we need to get back to the base, so I'm going to work on that here for a little bit, and I will see you guys in a little while. So I finally got everything cleaned up here, and I got this control lever now to finally run the moss farm. Actually, it wasn't a very difficult task. It was one of those things I was like, I can always just go over and flip the lever on the side. But yes, I have been getting everything cleaned up here. I also grew a couple more stacks of azaleas and got tons more rooted dirt. So I have completely filled one barrel in the shop with rooted dirt. And I did change the price to 32 for 1 diamond instead of 16. So hopefully we'll start selling some. We have a lot of stuff here though that needs to get hauled back to the base. And I think we are going to be stopping on working on this area for a while because we desperately need to do some work on the base. Earlier during my live stream, I took a trip out to Prim's base, and I feel really disappointed in my base after seeing that. So, I mean, it is just absolutely insane, and we're going to go over there real quick and take a look at it. So, coming into Prim's base, not really much to look at. It's just a rough basement. But I went up, and my God, what I saw up here was insane. So all of this stuff had been here before, except maybe that iron golem. But yeah, previously I had seen this little, I guess, keep or castle or whatever this is meant to be, and I absolutely thought it was amazing. It looks great. The interiors are all done. And Yeah, I mean, I absolutely love this building. But as I continued looking around, something started to render in the distance. So we will go back this direction, and hopefully it will reveal in a similar manner to what I saw. So I think I was headed back to the church to be able to go back to my portal or something, or I might have been looking for Prim, and this started to render in. And oh my god, this is absolutely insane. The size of this thing, this ridiculous castle. And here, let's go ahead and just fly up and you guys can take a look at it from up above. It is absolutely insane. There are places in it that have like 5 and 6 floors, and a lot of it's already decorated. He's still working on it right now, and I have not had a chance to look through everything. It looks like he's got plans to expand something over here on the side. Maybe a wharf or something like that. Oh my god, this is just absolutely insane. Angled roofs. You know, I'm not sure what all of this stuff is. They're just insane amounts of stuff. Now, obviously, a lot of it still needs to be done, but there are already some interiors finished in places. And I do have to say that the feast hall is just amazing. You know, you have these tables down below for the normal guests, and then up here would be the table for the king, queen, and the honored guests. And that is exactly how it would have been set up. They would be slightly higher, and just a couple of them, and everyone else would be sitting down below. I would assume this is like for a stage or something like that. But there are all kinds of rooms in this place that are decorated, and just looking around this place, it's insane, the sheer magnitude of this building. And so, yes, I feel like I'm going to have to get some work done on my base, because this is really, I mean, really putting me to shame. So, yeah, maybe in a future date we'll be able to come through here and do a full tour of this place, because this is absolutely insane. So yeah, Prim, if you see this, be sure to let me know when this is done, because I would love to be able to show everybody. So yeah, with that, I do think I am going to call it quits for this one. So thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the episode, be sure to give a thumbs up. If you are new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. If you have any thoughts about what I've been working on or anything that you would like to see, be sure to leave that down in the comments, and I will see you next time. Bye. Oh my god, that is huge.